There are over 800,000 police officers in the United States, and between us, we count for about 1 million contacts with the public every single day. Most of those contacts come by way of the police traffic stop. As a matter of fact, most citizens' only contact with the police will be due to some type of traffic violation. Hello, my name is Corporal Larry Moss with the Lake Charles Police Department. Today, we're going to talk about the best way for you to conduct yourself should you be stopped for some type of traffic infraction. When an officer observes the violation, they will generally follow the vehicle until the officer sees a safe place ahead to effect the traffic stop. The officer will then activate their emergency lights in an attempt to notify the violator of the stop. The correct course of action would be for you to select a safe place to stop your vehicle, come to a complete stop, and then place the vehicle in park. When the driver selects the place to pull over, it is a bad idea to stop and start repeatedly while the officer is positioning their vehicle. The position of the officer's vehicle is both for the safety of the officer as well as for the driver. You may notice the officer turn their wheels a certain direction once in position. This is to ensure that the officer's vehicle, if struck from behind, will not directly impact the driver's vehicle. To understand why police officers do certain things during the course of this traffic stop, you have to realize that the traffic stop is the single most dangerous thing an officer does, and they do this on a regular basis. When initiating a traffic stop, the officer does not know whether the person or persons in the vehicle are law-abiding citizens who have simply violated a traffic law, or whether they are violent criminals who may be fleeing their latest crime spree. The actions of the driver will dictate the response of the officer once the traffic stop has begun.
Driver, let me see your hands.
Drivers should refrain from making any furtive gestures, such as reaching into the glove box or under the seats until the officer has approached the vehicle and asked for such items as the vehicle registration, insurance, and the driver's license. These unexpected movements, viewed from the officer's perspective, may appear to be an attempt to retrieve a weapon or to hide some type of evidence. Either of these will heighten the officer's level of security.
Driver, let me see your hands.
Your best course of action is to keep your hands on the steering wheel and visible at all times.
Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
Why you stop me though? You gotta say please.
You ran the stop sign at Fifth
Cops
Street
are supposed to be nice to me.
and First Avenue.
It's never a good idea for the driver to begin their interaction by arguing with the police officer.
Let me see your
You
driver's
did this,
license.
yeah, you did this last week though.
Step out the vehicle for me.
The driver's actions
out the vehicle
always
for me.
dictate the officer's response.
Step out the vehicle for me.
Your cooperation is essential to a safe encounter for all involved.
Hi, I'm Corporal Broussard with the Lake Charles Police Department. Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
Drivers should ensure that they have a current vehicle registration and vehicle insurance in an easy-to-find location, normally the glove box. They should also have a valid driver's license in an easily locatable area. Officers observe through their experience that drivers who have extreme difficulty locating these items may be stalling for some reason. This too will raise their level of awareness. It is generally recommended that the driver stay in the vehicle until instructed to exit by the officer.
You acknowledge you ran that stop sign?
Yeah, yes,
Okay. What I'm gonna do is
It is officers' discretion as to whether to have the driver step out or to have them stay in the vehicle during the course of the traffic stop.
Step out the vehicle for me.
If the officer asks the driver to step out, the driver should comply, but always remember to keep their hands visible at all times.
Keep your hands out your pocket.
Simply keep your hands down by your
hands out
sides
your pocket.
and relax. Some individuals, out of habit, will repeatedly place their hands in their pockets. While this is understandable, the officer will again ask the driver to take their hands out of their pockets.
Keep your hands out your pocket or you can be placed in cuffs. You understand me?
If the driver continues this practice, the officer will become suspicious and may feel the need to investigate further.
What I need you to do is get me the insurance and registration. You understand that?
When the officer makes the determination whether or not a citation will be written, they may or may not return to their vehicle.
I'm going to walk to my car, verify this information is valid, okay? Ensure that your driver's license
The officer
is
may
valid.
simply step behind the driver's vehicle and begin to write the citation. The officer may step behind their own vehicle to begin to write the citation. The driver may see the officer return to their vehicle and sit inside for a moment. This is generally done when the officer needs to garner further information on the driver and their driving record. If the determination is made that a citation will be written, the driver should expect the officer to return to the vehicle and ask for their signature. Drivers should keep in mind that their signature on the citation is not an admission of guilt.
Today you're going to get a citation for running a stop sign, okay? This is not an admission of guilt. It's just saying you received a copy of the citation and that you're going to take care of the citation either in court or before the court date.
It is simply their written promise that they will appear in court or take care of the citation prior to the court date. Upon completion of the interaction between the officer and the driver should expect that the officer will return all documentation. They will also receive a copy of the citation if one was written.
There's your driver's license back. Okay, you can go ahead and collect your items off the end of the car, enter your car, and drive safely.
The officer will generally tell the driver to drive safely, and then they will begin to return to their police vehicle. Drivers should not be alarmed if they notice the officer walking backwards towards their vehicle in a cautionary manner. This is for the driver's safety as well as the officer's safety. Generally, the officer will watch the vehicle enter traffic to ensure that it does so safely. Officers are aware that no one likes to receive a traffic citation, but citizens should be aware that it's part of the officer's job to write these citations in an attempt to lower crashes, injuries, and fatalities. Hopefully some of our suggestions today have helped you in case for some reason you were stopped for some type of traffic violation. Thank you for watching, folks, and please drive safely.